Went on a walk for that house, or
yes, he did. Yes, for that house. Yes, it was actually a kit home. It was called Merchant Builders. They're not in business now. They've taken over. But they flew us to Melbourne. I saw the house in the Lane newspaper. We still used to get that, and I just liked the style of the house. And so they flew us down to Melbourne, and I thought, oh boy, there's going to be the hard sell here. They showed us, they had an exhibition place there with about 5 or 6 of these homes, and they said, well, go and have a look through, take your time. And then we came back and they took us to lunch, went back, had another look. I was still waiting for the hard sell, nothing was said. Then finally they said, we'll take you back for the plane. Got in the car and I thought, this is when they're going to do it. And the fellow who was driving, I don't know whether he was one of the managers, I can't remember, and he said, well, what did you think of the houses? And we said, they're really lovely. We like them very much, and that's all that was said. Didn't say another word. We came back, we knew which one we wanted, and that's when we ordered and came up to the Central Coast on big semi-trailers, and everything was wonderful. They were very, very nice homes, lovely homes, and they'd one of them had won the Robin Boyd Award. Don't really know who Robin Boyd is, but obviously an architect or something. And that was our house, the house that we had. It was a very lovely home, and we were really very happy there. But anyway, John was commuting back and forth, and then he had his heart attack, and that was the finish. That he was allowed to resign on medical grounds. And they said to him, when do you want to go? And he said, I'll go tonight. So he did.
What year was that?
No, I don't know, Peter. I'm not good on dates. John knows all the dates. We should have him here beside me. No, I don't know. But anyway, John was very happy.
How many years has he been retired now? Can we work backwards?
No, I don't even know how long he's been retired.
Right. Well, why don't we just pause? We'll go and ask.
Go and ask John. Yes, John knows all these dates.
Now we've just had a little break, and Vera, if we can go back to when John retired, we found that out now.
Yes.
1981, I think. He's advised.
Retired in 1980, I think.
80. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. And I said that deliberately to see whether you're listening to me.
See if I was on the ball.
Yeah. So you're up at the Central Coast. When did you come down to Annandale?
In 1994.
And what drove that? What drove that decision?
Well, John's decision. He decided. I think he realised he couldn't manage this huge garden. We had 2.5 acres of lawns and gardens. He couldn't manage it any longer. So it was his decision to sell and come down here. And I didn't want to just be in an ordinary house near there and drive past what this beautiful, beautiful place we'd had. So I said, right, well, let's go down to the city, which actually was the best thing, really, because John had a heart bypass down here and quite a lot of medical problems. So there's no way in the world he could have kept on what he was doing up there. So that was 94 we came down here. In 95, Christmas time, 95, he had his 5 bypass. And unfortunately a lot of that wonderful memory has gone. So now when I'm driving, I've got to keep an eye on which corner to go around and which road to go on. I can't rely on John anymore. Yes.
Now what about Priscilla's life? What's she done?
Well, Priscilla has done a tremendous amount of travelling, and a lot of it in India. Not only India, but a lot of it in India, Nepal. And she married Paul, who actually, when she and Paul both worked in public service, I think it was in the customs department, and Paul was actually her boss at one stage. But they married, and they have their 2 daughters, Lai, who is now 20, who is at university, and Kieran, who is 12, who has just started high school. Vanessa and Mark had 3 daughters. Laura, who was being married in September of this year. Sophie, who's having a year off before she starts uni hopefully next year. And Claudia, who is 15. She's doing well at school too. So that's our family. And we've been doing trips to Thailand many times with you and your group, which we've enjoyed very much, and we're going back again this year. And John says that'll be the last time, but we don't really know.
Absolutely, and I'm absolutely certain it's the last one.
Who knows?
But he's got some. He's got to write the address for Remembrance Day.
That's right. He has to too. Yes, but I don't think he'll give it. We'll pass that on to our daughter Vanessa. So I think that's, what else can we do? We're just about up to the present.
Yes. Mark, I think you mentioned, was in languages.
Yes, Mark is at Cherrybrook High School, and he takes regularly, almost every year, he takes groups of students to Germany and to France, mostly Germany. Vanessa has been with him sometimes, and he's been at Cherrybrook for quite a while, and it's a very good school, recognised as being an excellent school. And Vanessa is art mistress at, can't think of the name now, Asquith Girls High School, and she and Claudia managed or organised the remembrance for Anzac at her school, and they're entering that into a competition. That's Vanessa's address, which was excellent, and Claudia's video, which was also excellent, very good.
Now the school you just mentioned, Asquith, wasn't that the one you were concerned about her going to for one day?
That's right, because it didn't have the reputation then, as far as I know, that it has now. It's recognised as being a very good school. But back then it didn't have a wonderful reputation, I suppose. And Hornsby Girls High School did have. That was always, and that is now, Hornsby Girls High School is now Centre of Excellence and so on.
What about Paul and Priscilla?
Well, Paul is working, he has a contract with a firm with delivering more or less as a courier. He's doing that, he's doing quite well, and Priscilla's got a very good job working for the Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank. She's the acting or manager, assistant manager of the payroll. She handles all that. An important job, and she works very, very long hours. It gets good money. So that's important.
It does help. It does help.
Yes, it does indeed.
Yeah. And what about John's health now?
Not good. No, I wouldn't say he's no, not really good. He coughs a lot. He's got an abnormality in the throat, and of course the heart problems. He takes about 18 tablets a day, but they keep him going. We've got a wonderful doctor living just a few doors up from us. Wonderful doctor, and he literally keeps him going. And no, his health is not good, and his eyesight, of course, is not good. That was sad. The eye he was blind in that eye for so many years, 27 years, I think it was, and then they decided they might be able to do something with it. Did it. Got the sight back in that eye, but then after not very long, we had to have operations to pull the muscle round and all that sort of thing, and then hadn't had the 2 eyes for very long before he noticed that what had been his good eye was hazy. So he went back to his specialist who was on holidays. There was a locum there, and